Have you ever noticed how some of the smartest, most creative people out there seem to prefer their own company? Well, today, we're going to dive into the fascinating psychology behind why so many intelligent people are often and, quite happily alone.
So, let's start with a little thought experiment. Picture yourself at a party or some kind of gathering. Are you that person who feels their energy just draining with every single bit of small talk? But then, the second the conversation turns to something deep and complex, you suddenly light up?
If you're nodding along right now, thinking, yep, that's me, then you're in the right place. And the first thing you need to know is that you are definitely not the only one who feels this way. Wanting to be alone isn't weird. It's way more common than you think.
But, and this is a big but, this preference for your own company often runs headfirst into a pretty major societal misunderstanding.
And here's the heart of the problem, right? The stereotype is that if you like being alone, you must be antisocial or, just lonely. But the reality? Oh, it's so much richer than that. It's not about being against socializing. It's about being selectively social.
So, if it's not some kind of social flaw, then what is it? Well, this is where we need to make a really important shift in how we look at this. Let's call it the psychological pivot. To really get this, we've got to look past all the labels and social habits, because the real answer isn't about being social at all. Nope, it's rooted in how the mind itself actually works.
And it all comes down to this really cool concept: abstract and layered thinking. Basically, it's a way of thinking where your own inner world, the ideas you're bouncing around, the patterns you're connecting, all the stuff going on in your head, is just genuinely more exciting and stimulating than most of what's happening on the outside.
Now, a mind that works like that doesn't just think differently, it connects differently. This whole cognitive style has a direct and actually very logical impact on how you handle your relationships.
And there's a really clear progression here, like a set of dominoes. First, your own thoughts become more rewarding than everyday chit-chat. From there, you naturally have less of a need for constant approval from a big crowd. You get your validation from inside. And the result? You just automatically start prioritizing the depth of your relationships over the sheer number of them.
I just love this quote. It sums it all up perfectly. The preference for solitude isn't a social failing. It's a byproduct of a mind busy with its own thoughts. It just completely reframes the whole thing, doesn't it? It's not a weakness. It's just a side effect of having a mind that's always buzzing with activity.
Okay, so we've got the psychology down, but what does any of this actually mean for you in your day-to-day life? Let's talk takeaways.
All right, here are the three big things to remember. 1, your social energy is a battery, not an endless power source, so you've got to be smart about where you spend it. 2, lean into that preference for quality over quantity. You already know that one amazing deep conversation is worth more than 10 surface-level ones. And finally, and this is the most important part, get this into your head. This is not a character flaw. It's just how your amazing brain is wired.
So I'll leave you with this last question to really chew on. When we understand all of this, we have to ask ourselves, is being alone really a sign of being disconnected from everyone? Or could it actually be the one thing you need to build a much deeper connection, first with yourself, and then with those few people who can really hang with the incredible world inside your mind?